Pisces, and welcome to your love reading for February 2018. This is particularly for singles. I have done my couples one separately, and you're my 7th reading, Pisces, and every sign apart from one has pulled the 9 of Swords. There's some huge fear energy around, anxiety, fear. This is your challenge, by the way, so don't worry. This is just what you're having to work against. So this is the what if card. Fear, what if this happens, I'm not good enough. That is all that hidden energy which dictates our life. It's all that hidden energy that contracts us, Pisces. It stops us moving forward from getting what we want. Now, your additional guidance card is the Fates. You've got exactly the same as Virgo. The Fates is the Serenity Prayer, the courage to change what you can, the wisdom to accept what you can't change, okay? Now, the wisdom to know the difference between what you can change and what you can't change, I'm sorry. Really, really fascinating reading. I mean, what it means really is there's a force of destiny at play here. Something bigger than you, Pisces, is leading you forward. I mean, that's the case for everyone, but there's times in life when it's even more apparent, okay? Now, as I said in my general reading, the month before your birthday month, or when all the planets go to play in Pisces, is always a challenging month because all your planets are in your 12th house. The 12th house can be all that buried unconscious material. And so it's always quite a challenging month before you get the reset of your birthday month, okay? So where you're at mentally is the 7 of Cups. So you might be a little bit confused, Pisces, okay? That's the brain fog card. It can sometimes mean having more than one option. But it's about that unclear about the way forward, about what comes next, about how to progress in your life. Emotionally, oh my, you got the Magician card. So the Magician has the power to manifest, okay? But I think I'll come back to that because I want you to take a look at this card. So he brings the energy in through his crown chakra, which means he has to be a bit of an empty vessel. And your challenge is this card, which means some Pisces are still a bit full of the past. The past hurts. What if this happens? What if this happens? Which means it absolutely takes away your power to manifest what you want, what you desire, what your intentions are. So this is why this is coming across as your challenge card. There has to be a bit of a purging here, Pisces. And what I mean when I say a purging is an emptying out of your fears, your limitations, everything that's been holding you back and keeping you really contracted. Because spiritually, you've got the 10 of Cups, okay? So very, very typical Piscean, that your heart wide open, okay? That wide open 10 of Cups energy that radiates their goodwill to everyone around them. Now, this is a really important card because who you are spiritually is probably the most important card in the whole deck, okay? Because everything that we attract to us comes from who we are on the inside. So you're radiating a hugely beautiful vibration, Pisces, okay? But this is the soul qualities that you already have, okay? You wouldn't be a Pisces unless you'd earned that heart, that 10 of Cups, okay? But it seems to be your challenge is to let go of that past wounding. Now, if someone's struggling to find love, it's always the same, okay? There's things that have happened to that person that's keeping them small and trapped. And that's what a releasing, that's what healing means. When we release ourselves from that cage and set ourselves free. Okay? Now your first advice card is the Six of Wands. So this is an action card. All the wands are actions. So I don't know what you can do, Pisces, what actions you can take to move your life forward. Now what I do with this Nine of Swords is I get clients to write what if. So it's always, what if I get hurt again? What if I get rejected? What if I am whatever, too thin, too overweight? It's all these reasons why we cannot be loved. That's exactly what that Nine of Swords means. And I think there has to be a bit of victory over it, a bit of releasing, a bit of letting go of the past, so the future can be different. And the future is different when we start to act differently in the present moment. We begin to see that we are worthy of love, that we are deserving of this Ten of Cups. But it doesn't happen overnight. And sometimes we think it's not happening because we can't see it. And then we give up and we go back to the old vibration. Life's a process of change. And it seems that you've been asked to take small steps forward, okay? Now your outcome is two cards. First of all, the Five of Pentacles. Now don't worry, but this again is like the Nine. This is this feeling of, now Aquarius got exactly the same cards, okay? This is this feeling of lack, of being insufficient, not being lovable, basically. Now, with this card came the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is about joy, celebration. Now these people all fly. And they fly because they've let go of that which was holding them down. And what holds us down is always the past judgments, how people viewed us, have people seen us as worthy or not. It's past people who've defined us as good enough or not good enough. And there seems to be some work has to be done here, Pisces. There's a shredding. You're going to have to try and connect to your innate sense of self-worth and start to show that to the world, because the Three of Cups is about joy and celebration and flying free. The Ten of Cups as a soul level is deeply expansive, it's life-affirming. Now these are your qualities. And what's taking you away from your right to be loved and to be valued is that classic lack of self-esteem, okay? I'm not worthy of love, feeling that you don't belong. It's always with past rejections that we haven't processed properly. Because what people do to us is about them. It's not about us, Pisces. But as a water sign, we take their interpretations literally, and we start to believe we're not good enough and not worthy enough. There's definitely some victories here, and there's definitely some ability to manifest the life that you want, but there seems to be some sort of battle between your power and your self-esteem. Because you think about it, Pisces, you've got both fish going in separate directions. Your heart knows all this, but you've got this sense of this lack of self-esteem, of self-value, that makes you feel, oh, I'm not good enough, I am not worthy of love. And all this needs to be released, okay? So you can move forward into the Wheel of Fortune. Now, when I get readings like this, because Pisces, I do, okay? I got one of these yesterday, and some things have to be felt. So sometimes we need to feel our pain in order to transform it, because it then becomes our power, and it becomes our power to change our lives. But not if we're not clearing it and we're not feeling it. So you've got an immensely powerful reading here, Pisces, to tell you the truth. But like all signs, I mean, there's all signs apart from 2 or even 1 have got a month about transforming this 9 of Swords. So I don't know what's going on in the sky that's bringing this anxiety to the forefront, but it's about clearing it, because Jupiter through Scorpio is all about clearing the Scorpion wounds, and all Scorpio wounds are about abandonment, being rejected, all those past hurts. And that's why people are getting really intense readings, because there's definitely a clearing that needs to take place here, Pisces. Okay, you can get me directly. My email's in the About section. And I wish you all the best, Pisces. Loads of love. Bye.